His Excellency Ambassador Santos Martins Paulo from Portugal in Nigeria. Your Excellency, you are most welcome to Bauchi State, and this engagement represents a strong diplomatic relation between Nigeria and Portugal. You are most welcome, and this is an opportunity for collaboration on critical sectors as well as a shared commitment for meaningful partnership between Bauchi State and Portugal. Without taking much of our time, Your Excellency, His Excellency the Ambassador of Portugal is come in company of Mr. Ogochukwu Augustine Mwachku, who is a consultant, and also Timothy T. Baba, who is also aide to the ambassador. Without taking much of our time, Your Excellency, I will quickly invite the ambassador for his remark. Ben Bindosa.
Yes. Well, thank you. I wasn't expecting such an interest in my visit, but I am really honored, flattered that all of you and all these entities would find time, especially on a Sunday evening. This is my first visit here. This started with a conversation with the honorable member of the House, Adam Washimuranga, who told me, you should go, and I thought, okay, why not? Let's do it. And here I am. So it's a private visit. It was something very spontaneous that didn't take much organization. But I hope and really expect that this will be the first of more visits. And especially after the conversation I had with the Honorable Governor, I'm more and more convinced that there are reasons to come here. So in our conversation, it was very clear that there's many areas of interest, mutual interest, that can be covered. Portugal is a country that knows Nigeria well. Actually, we started our conversation there. As you are probably aware, the Portuguese were the first foreigners ever to visit Nigeria. This happened in the 15th century, 14th century sector here in Nigeria. We have our biggest company in Portugal is present here. They are building the railway from Kano to Maradi in the Niger Republic. It's a very big project. So they came here, let's say, with a very serious agenda and a very ambitious one. They are, of course, ready to embrace other projects if they have the opportunity. That would be one obvious point of interest. A second one, everything that has to do with energy. Portugal gets most of the energy it needs from Nigeria. Portugal is now the second biggest buyer of Nigerian gas, right after Spain. We are number 2, which means that by far most of the gas that we use in Portugal comes from Nigeria. This is something that we have been doing already for a few years. So it's like a stable decision that we made some years ago. Third one, we also mentioned agriculture. Portugal has already companies, namely one investing here and not far from here in the same northeast zone, a Portuguese company that built a factory from scratch to produce animal feed, namely in Adamawa. I know they are ready to grow, and I will let them know that Bauchi is open for business, and that it could be a good option for them to include in their plan of expansion. So this was a very quick trip. My embassy is small, so it's sometimes difficult to leave Abuja because someone needs to stay behind to sign the visas and everything. The usual thing. It's a really small embassy, but active. And so I decided to use the weekend. I'm leaving already tomorrow, but I had time in this short trip to go to Yankari today. It's an amazing place. It's so much better than I could imagine, and I understood why do you write in your license plates the Pearl of Tourism? Now it's very clear. And also, of course, coming here the road with all these beautiful rock formations, very beautiful landscape, and the city itself with many interesting topics, namely one that I had also the privilege of visiting yesterday, the tomb of Tafawa Balewa. Very inspiring visit. I always appreciated his role in Nigerian history from what I read in the books, but now it gave it, this visit gave it a different perspective to really understand, also visiting the museum, his role in the modern history of this country. And with this, I only have to thank again the extremely welcoming way in which I was hosted here. Really, it was one of the most unforgettable weekends of my stay here. So I can only thank the governor and all those who contributed to this. Again, big thank you to the honorable member of the House of Representatives who gave me this idea, like almost like playing, and I immediately took it, and here I am. And let's really hope that this is the beginning of more interesting relationship and fruitful that we can build from here. Thanks a lot.
Your Excellency, the Portuguese Ambassador to Nigeria, His Excellency Santos Paulo, and his members of delegation, including our member of the House of Representatives, my colleague, the Deputy Governor, and our Chairman of the party, my colleagues in the Cabinet, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of myself, the government and people of Bauchi State, we are highly delighted to receive you, Mr. Ambassador, for defying all travel advisory, for making sure that you are different in terms of diplomatic practice by throwing away the armchair diplomacy that people seek in the comfort of their offices to come and discover what we are. I'm not surprised when I was told that the Portuguese ambassador to Nigeria would be coming to Bauchi. He has said it all. They were the first to defy all odds. It was a dark tunnel that they opened in the 15th century to come to Lagos. And I know their relationship with some of the most phenomenal historical figures like the Jaja of Congo and what their activities in Nigeria. And of course, they have always been very, very friendly and mild in terms of their occupation and relationship with Nigerians and Africans generally. I'm always excited to meet Portuguese because of their rich culture, their deep sense of history and belonging to a race that is always proud to be a partner, to be part and parcel of any community they have found. And so when my member of the House of Reps, he has scored something now. I said he was not doing anything, but today you have done something. And I think this will add you some marks for bringing the whole ambassador of Portuguese to Nigeria. And you can see he has gone to Yankari, he has traveled within the nooks and crannies of the state and going back without any fear, with a lot of courage. I assure you, you are safe in Bauchi. One of the takeaways we have is security. We have a lot of deep sense of security, and we are doing it together as a state with the community. And that's why in our private discussion, I told you we have a lot to share in common, and we spoke about agriculture, and I'm happy you are in my sister state, Adamawa. And one of the areas we are lacking in terms of livestock development is the provision of good animal feed. And if you can do it in such a manner that the molasses will have all the nutrients that will make our cattle to have milk, to have safe and very secure meat, that will be nice, and we are ready to abandon this quickly so that your companies will come. As regards to other energy sources, Bauchi and Gombe were an oil and gas state, and it is our hope that the vision of Nigeria will be achieved, where we have a gas pipeline from here to Europe, and of course Portugal will be the first port of call. And you can see we are connected. We abandoned our historical linkage with the Sub-Sahara, and it is easy to do it with the current technology we have. Some of us upcoming politicians, we believe we need to open those routes because our primordial linkages were done through all this, not only through the seaport that the Portuguese came in the 15th century, but even before then, the Arabs, the Portuguese were coming through the Sahara to find all the oils. But with technology, you can open up and you can have a fast train, moving train from here to Portugal will be hours. And so it is, I believe that with this kind of diplomacy you are doing, definitely you have just said that you are opening a railway corridor from Niger to Kano. This is what President Buhari has done, that we are very happy in connecting us with our kith and kin. They were just divided because of colonial demarcations. But that is fostering a good relationship and so on and so forth. And as I said, we are convoking a very robust investment summit here in Bauchi in the months of May or June, and we are inviting Portuguese investors to come and see. We are ready to make sure we give all the subsidies, all the encouragement so that they can be here. And I think your visit here will be deepened or made indelible by creating at least one takeaway, either in construction or in the solid mineral industry, that we have a lot of resources in the precious metal like lithium, tantalite, gold, limestone, everything, name it. The pharmaceutical industry too, we have a lot of raw material that you can do, and you have the market. As I said, the market is here. Even if you do crop agriculture, the market is here with 250 million Nigerians. Up to now, shamefully, we cannot feed ourselves. If we cannot feed ourselves, then we are not on the road to prosperity. We cannot grow, so we have to create surplus, and we can only do it through technology. And I think we can leverage on the knowledge you have. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. And with our huge arable land, 4 million hectares of land, we are ready without any encumbrances to give Portuguese investors level playing field for them to come and farm, to export, create jobs with minimal taxes, and then with minimal, no corruption, inshallah, so that at the end of the day, we'll establish partnership that will benefit our common people. We thank you most sincerely for coming. This has made our day or our week, or even the year, because we are starting in January, and we feel very much early. We thank you most sincerely, and on behalf of myself, the government and people of Bauchi, please convey our most deep sense of respect to your government and people, and of course to your embassy for doing this kind of diplomacy that is making us very happy that you can come and connect with our communities and discuss with our communities and explore areas of common and mutual benefits. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. With this, we have come to the end of this visit. We congratulate the ambassador for this special visit.